me your bag!
Barney? Julie, have you seen... What?
Jeez, Mom.
What?
You scared me.
Sorry, you scared me. Who's at the door?
I thought I heard Barney.
Oh, Barney, little man.
I thought I heard him scratching.
Is he not out there?
No.
Are you sure?
Where could he be?
Barney, little man.
It's been 3 days.
I know this move would be a change for us, but I never expected our sweet dog.
It's not like him. He's never run off before.
I know. First your dad, then Barney.
Mom.
Maybe I should call that backstabber Cindy.
Mom.
She should know. She's good at stealing men from my life.
Mom.
I'm sorry. I'm doing my best to not keep bringing it up. I just have not been doing my best today or this entire month. Oh, yikes. Have you seen my lunchbox?
Yeah, it's over.
Can you please unpack some more boxes tonight?
I have people coming over to work on a project, remember?
Great. A whole team of strong, able-bodied workers.
Absolutely not.
Oh, but free labor.
No.
Just saying, it will make things easier on you. What is this project again?
Group interaction without technology.
Oh yeah, I like this project.
I'm thrilled for you.
A whole 2 hours with no phones or computers?
That's right.
And you all can't unpack because...
I hardly know the kids in this group. I don't want them messing with our stuff.
Are there any boys in this group?
Yes, Mom, I told you.
Cute ones?
Mom!
No funny business, do you hear me?
Gross!
I hope to get off work early, but do you think I'm dumb? Hey, Julie, you live with a single mom, right? That's right, Billy, I do.
Who's Billy?
There's always a Billy. And get this, Billy, she just happens to be a nurse who happens to work the graveyard shift at the hospital, so the house will be all ours. Oh yeah, let's do it at your place, Julie.
Nothing will happen, Mom.
It better not. I see more pregnant teenagers.
Cars on the street. I know. Don't worry, Brooke will be here.
Brooke can get pregnant too.
Ah, stop. Inappropriate.
You better get an A on this project.
You're going to be late for work. Now, are you actually going to put food in your lunchbox or...
Right, nourishment.
Nerd.
Okay, I'm off. What time is everyone getting here?
I told Brooke 6:15 and everyone else 6:30.
Well, looks like Brooke just pulled up. Did her mom get a new car? Listen, it is my duty as your mother to warn you that if anything goes awry
Mom,
tonight...
it's a boring class project. Trust me, no one is looking forward to it. We have to interview each other for 2 hours and then they'll leave. It's not like I've never had people over before.
But your dad was always able to be home while I worked, and our old neighborhood was so safe. We knew everyone around us. I haven't received so much as a wave from these hooligans on this side. For all I know, the house across the street could be vacant.
It is. The realtor said no one's lived in it for years.
I don't remember hearing that.
That's because all you could talk about was Dad and Cindy and their trip to China.
That man hates Chinese food, always has. I don't see why all of a sudden he's Mr. Culture.
Mom, stop. Go. Work.
Okay, I know you're not supposed to have your phones, but you will call if anything happens, please. I hope to get off work early, so I should only be gone
A couple of hours. Yes, Mom, I will call.
Okay, love you. Holy sugar! What? Come here, there's a witch on our lawn.
That's not a witch, that's Crystal. I thought you said Brooke was here.
Cheese and crackers, she scared me.
Crystal Kane? Remember when I played Little League softball, she'd stand in the outfield and
Pick daisies the whole game, I remember. I don't think I ever saw her with a glove on her hand.
Yeah, that's her, all grown up.
She gives me the heebie-jeebies, like one of those paintings where the eyes follow you wherever you stand.
Uh-huh.
What is she looking at? Why is she staring at that vacant house?
Brooke better get over here fast.
And those clothes, does she always dress like that?
Like Halloween became the norm, always.
Here she comes.
It's not like you have to spend the next 2 hours with her.
Creepy.
You're such a nerd.
Miss Rowley, delightful to see you again. Crystal, wow, it's been so long.
If I'm not mistaken, 8 years and 5 months.
Really? 8 years, wow. So, are you still playing softball?
I believe you're late for your nursing obligation.
Right again. Well, you two have fun. I'll see you when I get home.
Is your mother ill?
I ask myself that every day.
If I understand our project correctly, we're to have no technological devices of any kind.
Seriously?
Unless I misread the rules.
We're in my house, and my rules say I decide when we start this ridiculous assignment.
You're against our task at hand?
Absolutely.
How long have you occupied in this dwelling?
This dwelling?
I noticed from the boxes you and your mother are still in a transitional period.
Boy, are we ever.
How old is this home?
What kind of a question is that?
Do you think that this house and the one across the street were built at the same time?
I don't... Why do you care so much about that house?
Most houses are in a similar development and are constructed anywhere from 1 month to a year apart.
No clue.
Does this street experience high level of crime?
What are you, a cop?
I noticed bars on the front set windows across the street.
Why are we talking about this?
Attempting to ease us into this project.
I don't want to be eased into anything. It's absurd. Mr. Harper's a crusty old man from the dark ages who only wants to make our sophomore year a nightmare.
I consider it a fascinating charge.
Of course you do, Crystal. You're the only one who finds it fascinating. Why can't we just be on our phones until everyone else gets here?
I don't possess a mobile device.
Unbelievable.
You find that hard to believe?
What? No, actually, it makes perfect sense.
Would you like to compare what life is like without a phone? Mr. Harper might find that an interesting addition to our reports.
My life is here. My friends and their lives are here. Are you on this? Obviously not. Why would I put this down to talk to you? Thank God.
Don't open it!
It's Brooke.
Just check to make sure.
Like I said, it's Brooke.
O.M. Jinkies, Julie. My mom and I felt the whole way here. Anyways, I may need to spend the night. Nasty things were exchanged between Brenda and me. Nasty. Doesn't help that your new place is so far away.
Tell me about it.
Hello, Madam Crystal. How are we?
Splendid.
Wonderful. Wonderful. No boys yet, I take it?
Nope.
Good, then sure will be enough time for a tour.
With pleasure.
You know, Julie, I really love this living room. I thought the boxes and big tension in the air. Did that come with the house?
It's been a rental house for years, but the owners decided it was time to sell. What are you doing?
Oh, I thought one of our classmates were here, but I was mistaken.
It must have been Barney.
Barney, what's he doing outside?
He ran away after we moved in. What? Barney, are you there? Crystal, are you sure you didn't see him?
No, I did not.
He's not an outside dog.
Poor little guy, so little.
Did you hear scratching just now at the door?
Yeah, I did. And it sounded like a dog, but more menacing.
Barney,
Menacing. He can barely jump up on the couch.
you probably scared him away.
There was no dog.
Then what was the scratching?
Something else?
Something else? What?
Don't listen to her. She's being dramatic.
You've heard it, haven't you?
Of course I've heard it. Barney always scratches when he needs to be let in.
There was no Barney.
Well, ladies, no sign of Barney, but it looks like our 6:30 just pulled up. The boys have arrived.
Both of them?
Looks like Grayson's mommy brought the two of them. Would you look at Charlie?
What am I looking at exactly?
I don't know, just his everything.
Would you look at yourself? What is happening to you?
What, he's cute.
Charlie's trouble, I've told you 1,000 times.
You have, Julie. I've heard you loud and clear.
He's changed. We're not in middle school anymore.
You got that right.
His best friend is Evan Greenwood.
So,
Evan Greenwood hasn't been sober since middle school.
I think you're exaggerating.
When was the last time you saw Evan at school? I'm pretty sure he lives in permanent suspension.
Charlie is not Evan. They may be friends, but...
Charlie's not far behind.
Would you rather have had the hots for Evan?
Well, no, but Brooke, Charlie's with a new girl every week.
Every week, he was with Melanie Hampton for close to a month.
And then Jessica Turner, Stacy Gordon, Lindsay Wright. Or was Lindsay before Stacy? I forget.
You know, I never dwell in the past.
This was a bad idea.
What? This was your best idea.
Charlie Morrison in my house is not my best idea.
It's for educational purposes.
Gross.
You know, you can have Grayson. He's sweet. A bit of a dork, but still.
I don't want to have anybody. They come over and do this project, and then they leave. Got it? Like I said, they do the project, and then they're out of here.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, Charlie, come on in.
Hi, Julie.
Grayson.
So, Jules, moving in or moving out?
In. My mom just bought the place.
Well, good for her. Buying's a much better investment.
Sure.
And how are we this evening, my dark mistress?
Ecstatic.
She speaks. Do my ears deceive me, or is Salem witch trials over here happy to see me?
Not as happy as ever.
Oh, we're late. I know. I'm sorry. I miss seeing you riding on your broom. Get it? Because you're a witch?
Come on, Charlie.
Tell me, how did it handle? See what I did there? Handle?
She got here the same way you and I did.
Oh, you mean jimming out to the Phantom of the Opera in the 2009 Honda Civic with your mom?
I thought you drove that black Camaro.
Well, I did until it ran headfirst into a telephone pole.
It ran into the telephone pole?
Yeah, last Saturday was the craziest thing. Looked down at my phone for 2 seconds, then blam! Totally.
That's awful. You didn't get hurt, did you?
Just a quick blackout, nothing major. The worst part about it is that Big Bang Theory over here is my ride until I get saved up for another car.
Watch that show.
I'm glad you're okay, Charlie.
Oh, you're sweet, Brittany.
It's Brooke.
Brooke, right.
That's okay. I get Brittany all the time.
Wow! Since we're all here, does anybody have any suggestions on what we should do for the next 2 hours?
2 hours? I didn't sign up for 2 hours.
Those are the rules.
Well, I didn't see any rules.
Would you like me to read them to you?
What's that?
Each group was assigned a taskmaster to confirm that the project was completed within the guidelines set by Mr. Harper.
And let me guess, you're the taskmaster.
I was given a more detailed list of expectations.
Oh, you're joking.
What does it say, Crystal?
Well, first things first. All electronic devices must be deposited into this bag.
You're kidding.
All electronic devices must be deposited into this bag. The whole point of the assignment is to engage with one another and not have our phones present.
How can Mr. Harper know for sure if we used our phones or not?
Excellent point.
Simple. I tell him, and we all fail the assignment.
Seems straightforward enough.
This is the dumbest thing.
Come on, compared to other projects, this is easy. Would you rather be writing a 10-page essay on a book you haven't read? All we have to do is sit here for 2 hours and we're done. No studying, no BSing. Time will fly by.
Goodbye, precious.
You're not excluded from this.
I'm texting my mommy so she doesn't worry about me.
Mr. Harper states the following. Since the recent decision by the school district is to place an electronic device into the hands of each and every one of our students, social interaction on the most basic of level has suffered. Whole class periods go by without a single thought or idea being exchanged because a basic vocal communication is sacrificed for screen time. Your group must disconnect from your beloved personal devices for 2 hours, and in that time you will simply talk to one another. You will direct your focus to one another, and you will learn about each other. No phones, no notifications, no distractions. How you spend your time is up to you, and you will pass this assignment. Only if the taskmaster declares that you've spent your time wisely, and most importantly, without your personal devices. Do this and you'll pass the class for the semester.
Wow, Mr. Harper is a lonely man.
So, what are we gonna do?
Hey, does your mom have any liquor?
What? No way.
Champagne then?
Absolutely not.
Not even a welcome to the neighborhood bottle? Pretty lame neighbors if you ask me. Maybe we should go ask.
Oh, Charlie, no!
Oh, come on, I'll give you a chance to do this.
Are you crazy?
It's a neighborly thing to do.
Stop being a jerk.
Hey!
No doubt, Charlie.
Oh, Big Bang Theory coming to the rescue. All right. You have my attention. How are you going to make me cut it out? I'm kidding! Oh, man, you surprised me standing up for Jules like that. I'm almost proud of you.
Oh, yeah?
It's just a joke, no harm, no foul. I would have dreamed of making you mad, you're mine. Right out of here. Seriously, no one to your dear old mom?
No.
What is this world coming to?
Julie, you said this used to be a rent house, right? Maybe nobody's come over because they just assume you won't be here long.
Oh, good thinking, Brooke. That's what it is.
Yeah, Brooke, I mean, why would the neighbors want to get to know me or even learn my name for that matter when I'm only going to be in their lives for, say, a week?
Ugh, would you look at these houses? Clearly some rough people on this block, especially that one across the street. What's the story with that?
It's vacant.
Spook Central, if you ask me.
Why? Because the lawn needs to be mowed?
Does that house frighten you?
Whoa, Salem Witch Trials! Raise your hand and someone will call on you to speak.
Does that house frighten you?
Not as much as you do.
I noticed bars on the front set windows of that house.
I mean, that's not uncommon.
It is if they're installed on the inside of the house.
You're joking.
What's wrong with that?
I just think maybe there haven't been any intention of keeping things from getting inside the house,
But from keeping things from getting out of the house.
But it's empty. What could be in there?
Only one way to find out.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We are not going over to that house.
Oh, but the gang's all here.
Gang?
Mystery Inc. Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, and look, Salem Witch Trials over here would make the perfect Scooby-Doo, sniffing out the spookiness.
You are such a child.
It's dark, but looks like a gate might be propped open.
Yeah, Julie, let's go.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on. What a better way to interact than a little B&E. You don't need technology for that.
You're staying here with me, and that is final.
B&E, what's that?
Breaking and entering.
Dangerous.
Brooke, are you serious right now?
We're not going over that house.
Okay? Okay.
What did just mean, Charlie?
Oh my god.
I think he likes me.
My mom was right, you're gonna get pregnant.
What?
We're gonna sit down, do the project, and then you guys are gonna leave. No talking to the neighbors, no booze, nothing. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
One, where's the bathroom?
Down the hall, to your
I can
left.
show you.
Oh, now that would be lovely.
I'm setting a timer. Right, of course. My bad. Taskmaster. Ugh, I hate this project.
I have a watch.
They get 2 minutes, no more.
Got it. So, you like your new house?
No.
If you don't mind me asking, why the move?
Really?
I'm sorry, you don't have to.
No, Grayson, isn't the whole point of this assignment to get to know one another?
Yeah, but.
Number 1. My dad and my mom's best friend Cindy decided that they didn't want to keep their relationship a secret any longer, which led to number 2, my parents getting a divorce. My mom found out that while she worked the late night shift at the hospital and I slept in my room, Cindy would come over to, I don't know, let's say visit. Well, you can imagine we didn't want to live under that roof anymore, so we packed up our stuff and moved into this dump. Now my idea of family is broken. My best friend said to start her own family, it seems. And on top of all of that, my dog Barney is still missing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I keep thinking I hear him scratch at the door, but he's never there.
How do you know that's your dog scratching?
Because he always scratches like that.
Dogs have very keen senses.
What are you saying?
He ran far away from
Hey, let's try and stay positive. I'm sure he's brown.
It figures. I'd run away too if I could. Wait a minute.
What is it? Do you see him?
There's a light on.
What?
Across the street, there's a light on in that house.
I thought you said it was vacant.
Yeah, I know, but
It must be a security light of time or something.
I've never seen it before.
Boom!
Hope you found the bathroom all right.
Oh, we did. She's an excellent guide.
We also found these. The lamps are working just fine, thanks. Candles. Okay, why?
Well, since we couldn't go investigate the spooky house, we thought, how about some ghost stories?
And so the ghost, who had never been considered a talented actor while alive, used his new power to take possession of the main actress. Through her, he inflicted revenge on the entire cast. While the show was nearing its climactic finale, the ghost locked the cast and audience in the theater and ignited a fire. The cast, desperate to escape, did everything they could, but ended up trampling over each other to break free. The audience, thinking it was part of the show, did nothing. By the time they realized the fire was real, not part of the show, it was too late. The theater went up in flames, killing everyone inside.
That's awful. Where did you say this happened?
At a school not 30 miles from us.
I heard it was faulty lighting.
Now, Grayson, I have a theory. Bear with me on this one. Could it have been the Phantom of the Opera?
Funny.
The Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind.
Wow! You're secretly enjoying listening to it. You're even quoting it now.
Fat chance.
No, this is interesting. Charlie, what's your favorite song from the show?
What's really interesting is that we asked for a ghost story, and Salem Witch Trials over here hasn't made a peep.
You have a story?
No.
Anything's better than that lame story that Grayson just told us.
I find this fascination with the supernatural to be dangerous.
Dangerous.
You think telling ghost stories is dangerous?
Is that not what I just said?
Okay, well, you just can't say that now. Blow us away with some story about ghosts living up in your attic. Look at you. Your whole life looks like one long ghost story.
I'd rather not.
Crystal, isn't the whole point of this exercise to get to know one another?
Oh, so now you want to get to know one another. Hey,
We are to distance ourselves from the compact machinery that has invaded our existence via face-to-face conversation, interview sessions, or any other means possible to find out what makes us all similar.
I hate saying this, but he has a point.
Crystal. Crystal.
cut it out.
Crystal! Crystal! Crystal!
Right, will you shut up, please?
You tell us something good, and we will. But if you don't, then I become the taskmaster and burn this assignment to the ground.
It's not that simple.
Crystal, stop making this more difficult than it has to be. What's the point of dressing like a witch and acting like one if you can't?
I'm not a witch.
Could have fooled me.
Jolie, take it easy.
You've never seen Bloody Mary in your mirror or heard your name whispered late at night in your room?
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Oh, I bet it is.
What have you seen?
A lot.
Care to elaborate?
I have the ability to see into the outer realm.
No way, guys. Me too.
What does that mean?
I slip back and forth from our realm into the ethereal layer.
I think we call that sleeping.
Julie, quit.
The ethereal layer.
The spirit realm. When we're born, we're all connected to it. I just never disconnected like you did.
Like me?
Have you ever seen a baby laughing or smiling at something just above your shoulder? Something that isn't there.
I babysat a girl like that once.
You did not.
Yeah, the Thompson baby. Every time I'd hold her, she'd always just stare off into this empty part of the room, and my mom said babies that age are just looking at angels.
They say babies share the same ethereal realm up to a certain age. Just in my case, I never disconnected.
So, you're in that realm right now?
I learned to wall myself off from it.
Wall yourself off?
Over time, I learned to differentiate from what is real and what is on the other side.
What would you see?
A lot of shadows and dark figures in my peripheral. You turn to look at them and they slip right below your vision. I do remember something trying to be my mom once.
Trying to be your mom?
It's one of the more powerful figures I've come across. It looked exactly like my mom, head to toe. Except the eyes, they were too dark, the pupil. But at that age, I could remember I couldn't tell the difference. I would talk to the figure and it would respond to me, but only quiet enough to where I couldn't understand. It would go where it wanted me to go and it would lead me where it wanted me to. I didn't want it to be mad at me, you know, it was my mom. Then one day, I sort of remember waking up and realizing I'm on top of our roof. 1 second, my mom had been leading me up to the roof. The next, my real mom is screaming at me not to jump. When I finally told my real mom about what happened, she didn't seem shocked. It wasn't until after we moved out of that house that she finally admitted to me that she was sure I was seeing ghosts.
How old were you?
7, 8 years old.
You poor thing.
What do you think this figure wanted?
It wanted me. It wanted my life. It decided to have a life force aware of its existence. It was using me somehow to strengthen itself. I don't know how pushing me off that roof would have helped.
This is ridiculous.
So, have you seen it again?
No, not that figure. Not since we've moved out of that house.
But you've seen other figures.
Occasionally.
How often do you cross over?
Not very often. But there are some times when it tries to pull me over.
This is nuts.
Oh, it's okay, Julie. I'm scared too.
This other realm tries to pull you over?
Yes.
How do you know?
Well, it's different each time. I get a flutter of a sensation just out of my sight, and the air in the room bottoms out. Or I get a sensation of a huge group of people just staring at me. Sometimes I close my eyes for too long, and when I open them back up, the world has been altered. Like I've stepped inside of a mirror.
When was the last time this happened to you?
Tonight, actually,
Where?
in this very room.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. If this is so...
I'm not.
I don't appreciate you turning my house into your freak
That's
show.
not what I'm doing.
I just moved here. I have enough on my plate. As
Not
it is.
everything is about you. I know I don't fit into your circle or have the same status as you. Other people in this world suffer. This assignment was created so we can get to know one another and not live in a world of selfies and fabrication. We should learn about our differences and not be afraid of them.
Sure, I shouldn't be afraid that my house is haunted.
It's not your house. It's the one across the street.
You mean Spook Central?
Ever since I got dropped off, I could just feel it touching me.
Ruh-roh, Ruggy!
Really? What do you think it is?
I don't know, but it's strong.
Barney!
No, that's him! Don't open that door!
Hey, let's just check to make sure first, okay?
Yeah, good idea, girls.
I don't see anything.
Do you see him?
No, it's too dark.
Barney, are you there?
It's too dark.
He's
I
not on the
can't see a
porch.
thing.
Then what was making that scratching noise?
What?
I said if he's not there, then what was making that scratching noise?
Guys, who's that?
Where?
Over there, across the street.
There's nobody.
Someone's in that house.
Someone had to get inside.
Oh, you're pulling my leg, aren't you?
No, there's someone standing at the window.
Did you see anything?
How long's the light been on?
Julie and I noticed a little while
We
ago.
thought it was a security light.
This is creepy.
Well, obviously it's not vacant.
I've never seen anyone over there.
They haven't moved an inch.
Well, like I said, no one lives over there.
Why are we ducking?
What do you think we done?
I don't know, you ducked, so I ducked.
Do you think they saw us?
It sure felt like it.
Are you sure you've never seen anything?
I couldn't tell what that was.
Well, there's a person, obviously. What else could it have been?
I just don't understand. Someone has to be in that house.
The side gate's open. They must have found a way in.
Well, it has to be more than one.
More than one way in?
No, more than one person.
Grayson, we only saw one person.
Someone had to turn off the lights, which one was the person?
What's it now?
The front door.
Wow, your eyesight's really sucky. Nothing's happening.
The front door just opened. Can you see anything?
Is that a...
Barney!
Where?
He's running out the front door.
Barney's been over there this whole time.
Oh, please, little maid, come here.
Well, I guess that was him scratching.
Why isn't he moving?
just standing there.
This is weird. That's it. He has to know I'm here.
Julie, no! Julie, you guys, can you hear me?
Oh God! Oh God! Please shut! Please shut! Ah! Cross back over! Cross back over! Please cross back over! Crystal, what is your problem? What happened? Close the curtains. She pushed me to the ground.
Artie's turning around and going
Close
back.
the curtains.
Okay.
Crystal, what is your problem?
Sorry, I was over there too long.
Julie, you okay?
I'm fine. I have to get Barbie.
No, you can't. She's out there.
Who's out there?
The figure in the window, the old woman. She was trying to get in.
Crystal, no one was out there. It was just Julie's dog.
You didn't see it. None of you could see it.
Crystal, no one was trying to get
It
in.
happened so fast.
What did she say?
Crystal, what are you talking
I've
about?
never had anything pull me that easily.
Is she okay? Can you move so I can get Barney?
There is no Barney. Barney is gone.
But we just saw.
It wasn't your dog. It was using your dog as bait.
I'm sorry, bait?
I'm sorry too.
I was right. It was hoping that you would open that door. Something over there knows about me. Knows about my
Crystal,
kids.
stop!
Hey, Julie, take it easy.
No, this has gone far enough. This witch is trying to mess with me for her own sick pleasure.
There is something across that house, and it knows that I'm here. It's using every trick in the book to get me out in the open.
This is unbelievable.
You have to believe me.
Why would I believe you? Is this just some game you want to play with me?
That thing over there, it's dangerous.
Crystal, there's bound to be an explanation for all of this.
You didn't see it. None of you could see it. I slipped over to the other side and I saw what lies in that house. You all stood there, vacant and oblivious, completely unaware of my shift. That thing over there broke through all of my barriers with no problem.
That's it. This project's over. You're calling your parents and going home. Hello? Hello?
Who is it?
I don't hear anyone. I don't understand. They're all ringing on.
What was that?
Crystal, is this a show? That's fine. Crystal.
Well, now we're getting an A for sure.
Please tell me you guys heard that.
How can anyone not?
Crystal, what is across the street?
Evil. Evil in the shape of an old woman.
What do we do?
What?
What do we do? None of us have cars. Our phones are destroyed.
What if we just went to the neighbors?
I've never met any of them. They think we're
But
crazy.
if we all...
Oh, you mean go outside? No way, sister. Not with Miss. Can you hear me now out there?
We have to try something.
What the flip was that? I know Crystal go check it out.
Sure. Oh my god. Crystal, oh my gosh, dude. Crystal,
Get over here.
Crystal, what are you doing?
Over here.
I think it's all right.
I strongly disagree. Do not open those curtains.
Crystal,
Crystal,
no,
don't
don't
open the
open
curtains. Are you insane? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
There's a pickup truck.
What?
There's an old pickup truck and it's severely rusted.
Is it blue?
At one point, maybe.
Thank God! Heaven! Here's time for sore eyes.
Charlie, I didn't think anyone was here.
I'm sorry. What is Evan Greenwood doing here?
Yeah, Charlie, can you tell me what I'm doing here? In my house?
What was that?
Can you tell me what I'm doing here in my house? Is this a trick or something?
You were right. He hasn't been sober since middle school.
Sorry. I'm really confused. Can one of you explain yourselves?
When the taskmaster collected our phones, I texted Evan your address so he could come over.
Why?
I don't know, to liven things up.
I texted you back, but you never responded.
Yeah, about that.
Whoa. Dude, this is wild. I used to live here, man, in this very house.
Wait.
3rd and 4th grade.
You're kidding.
My parents rented this place for like a year, maybe 2. Not long.
Are you sure, Evan?
Man, of course I'm sure. As soon as you texted me the address, I knew I had to come over. Which one of you?
Me, my mom just bought it.
Crazy. Not much has changed, except our couch was over there. And we usually had the lights on.
Did you enjoy living here?
What?
Was it a pleasant experience?
We invited Sabrina, teenage witch over.
Hey, I think you better answer her.
Is this some voodoo crap?
Evan, when you lived here, did anything strange or out of the ordinary happen?
Anything strange happened? Well, no, not that I can.
Anything at all?
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mentioned it.
Can you tell us about it?
No, I
And
can't.
why not?
Because you wouldn't believe me.
Evan, we're not gonna have any problem doing that tonight.
What do you mean? You know about her, don't you?
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, how could you possibly?
Tell us everything.
Well, it's been so long, but when I lived here, I was the only kid on the street. My parents were really disappointed because everywhere else in the neighborhood, kids were crawling all over the place, but on this particular street, it was just me. No one ever came down this way. I tried going out to play, but my mom didn't like me so far from the house, even if I brought Nick with me.
Nick.
My dog. We soon found out why everyone avoided this part of the neighborhood. There was this old couple that lived across the street. They seemed nice enough at first, but we quickly found out there was something seriously wrong with the wife. Dementia, I think, but at 9 years old, I didn't know what that was. To me, she was just possessed.
What's dementia?
Deterioration of the mind. My grandfather had it.
Was he possessed?
Had to be younger when he had it. Sure, I would have thought. By the end, he couldn't remember anyone's name. He would have severe delusions, hallucinations. He'd even wake up at 2 a.m. and drive to the hardware store to buy plywood to cover his windows.
Why?
He said he saw the weatherman hiding in the bushes trying to break into the house.
So this woman, what would she do?
Well, I remember going out to play and finding her standing in her yard, staring at our front door. Her husband would come out and walk her back inside, saying he didn't know what got into her. He always said that before she got sick, she was the sweetest person you'd ever meet. He'd apologize and walk her back in, saying he'd try to keep her inside, but every day, she'd always find her way out. One day we felt like outside and found her standing in the street, next to our driveway. And then, one night, I woke up to the sound of scratching at my window. I got up. I pulled back the curtains and found her standing at my window. When she saw me, she started screaming at me. She was screaming at me to come out and play with her.
Oh my god.
What did you do?
I ran, screaming from the room. Just like always, her husband came over and walked her back home. But that night, that was the last time we ever saw him alive.
What do you mean?
I can't believe I'd forgotten any of this. I don't think
Yeah,
I did.
Evan.
Okay. After the window incident, the husband had bars installed on all the windows when we were inside. We didn't see them for a while, but we sure heard them.
Heard them?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Screaming, or worse than that, howling. There was something seriously wrong going on in that house.
It might have been an actual possession.
But she had dementia.
There's not that much of a difference. The mind, it breaks down and it becomes an open vessel
Open vessel? For what?
for darkness.
So what happened?
Eventually, the screaming stopped, and a whole day went by without any sign of him. Then another, and another. And just when my parents were sure they'd finally taken the old woman to a hospital, that's when Nick started bolting out the front door anytime it was opened.
What do you mean?
We could barely keep that dog inside. He'd run up to the doorstep and just pace and pace. Even when he was inside, he'd bark and bark and never be able to settle.
Barney.
One night, Nick was acting so crazy that my parents couldn't sleep. So they put him outside. He must have jumped the fence because when we woke up the next morning, he was gone. We couldn't find him. I looked for days. I searched everywhere, but we couldn't find him. Next, a neighbor called to complain about a smell coming from the old woman's house. The cops called because the old man was answering the door. They found the screen door completely shattered. They went inside. They said it was horrible.
What was it?
The old woman she had somehow killed her husband. They must have gotten into an argument. The back door had been unlocked, but the screen door was still closed. That's what all the screaming and hollering had been about. When the cops went inside, they found the old lady sitting next to her husband's corpse, smiling.
Oh my god.
Was she still alive?
Yes.
Well, obviously by that point she couldn't have taken care of herself. Her husband would have been the one taking care of her. What was she eating?
Nick. She was eating Nick.
Oh my god.
You didn't see any of this, did you?
No. I heard the cops explaining it all to my parents. You know, I almost wish I had.
Why, are you crazy?
Maybe, but hearing about something and not seeing it, well, letting my mind take control of something that gruesome. It's almost worse than to actually see it.
When the old lady was in the house, how did she get all the Nick?
The cops said he must have been pulled over by the smell of the old man. That's why he was anxious to get over there.
When he was pulled over there,
What?
the old woman could have been using her power on him.
How?
Whatever had a hold of that woman needed her to survive and would have done anything to receive nourishment.
Stop it!
What's wrong with her?
Her dog Barney was missing a few days after she
Are you kidding me?
Julie, it's gonna be okay.
What happened to the old woman when the police came?
They took her to an asylum and she died a few months later. We moved not long after that.
I don't think that woman was only suffering from dementia. It might have started out that way, but something else had moved in. Her mind and body were deteriorating, and she was weak, and the entity had hopped in, using the old woman as a host.
But if the old woman died,
The spirit must have gone into some kind of hibernation mode. It's been waiting for someone to bring it back out ever since.
Why?
So it could obtain a new and younger host.
Well then, who brought it back out?
I did.
Okay, we need to bounce. This woman haunted my childhood. I don't want to know what she can do now that she's dead.
Hey, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm going to my truck to get out of this house. Once and for all.
Check to make sure there's nothing out there.
There wasn't anything when I pulled up. I'm sure there's not going to be anything there now.
Abby, close the curtains!
Get over here! What are you doing?
Let me in, Crystal!
You have to get out of here now! How did we do that? Evan, can you hear me? Yeah. Do you have your phone on you? What? Your phone. Yeah. No. I looked in the truck. Fantastic. That's just great.
What do we do?
No, we have to find a way out of here. How do we do that?
We don't have to leave. We can just wait till our parents come.
The longer we stay here, the more desperate she becomes.
She can't get in here, can she?
Oh my god, that sounded like he
Come on, let us out! We have to leave. We have to get out of here.
This is Julie! Julie!
Turn on! Get out of here!
Julie, I can't breathe!
Stop it! Let's out of here!
I'm the one you want!
Are you ready to play with me now?
You need to get out of this house.
I can't. Not without you.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
But why? You don't belong in this realm. You never have.
I've seen you before.
Yes, you have.
More than once.
I first saw you when you were an infant. I was amazed how well you could see me.
You were the one pretending to be my mom.
Correct. You always have been so clever.
What do you want with me?
I want to see the living realm the way you see it. I need to join with you to taste the world again.
I will never join you.
I don't want you to join me. I want to be you. This body has outgrown my needs. I'm hungry for something fresh.
Please, please. Leave us alone.
Oh, I can't do that. The others are expendable, but you... Crystal, you are the cream of the crop. You can see me with the simplest glance. Your connection to my realm has always drawn me to you.
Protect myself from you. I'll put up walls and barriers.
How have your barriers helped you tonight? Here I am, and here you are. Nothing in between.
My friends, they can help me. They'll save me. They'll do everything.
These aren't your friends. They walk all over you. No one notices your talents. No one understands your abilities like I do.
I can stop you.
Stop me! I have been around since the beginning of man. I have witnessed the fall of Rome, feasted on the oppression of the Dark Ages, and now I bathe in the disconnect of the technological revolution. I reap the depression stemmed from the modern age, and once I rid myself of this withered corpse of a body and use you as my vessel, I will harvest all who are weak.
I won't let you do that.
You are capable of nothing. You are weak. You perpetually feel out of place, isolated. I can give you power beyond your wildest imagination.
You're the one who's weak. You preyed on an old woman who was losing her mind. Her illness was your only way in, and you had no other way of surviving.
You know nothing.
You're disintegrating. You're desperate to find a new host, and I'm the only option you have.
Perhaps. All I need is someone weak, downtrodden. Those who have experienced fresh heartache are particularly delicious. Julie seems the right candidate.
You stay away from her.
You care for her? She may be even more vulnerable than you are. A child of a broken home. Mother wounded by adultery. Either one of them could be my next host. Julie wants nothing to do with you, and yet you protect her.
I've blocked you out my whole life. I can block you out now.
Then do it.
What are you doing? Stay away from me.
Banish me.
Stop. Let me go.
Cast me out.
Let me go.
Where is your confidence now?
I can't. I
You're
can't
mine,
move.
Crystal. You're all mine.
Stay away!
Won't you play with me, Crystal?
What's wrong with her?
Tell me.
What do we do?
Help us get up.
Don't you touch her!
Did you hear that?
She's mine!
Crystal?
Not any longer. Say goodbye to your Crystal.
That's her.
What?
So long for this! No! This can't be happening! You can't do this! What do you care? What do any of you care?
You can't have her. She's our taskmaster.
None of you have ever cared! With me inside her, I will beat on all that I see! No, I
can't have her. She's our taskmaster.
I know sense your thoughts. I won't let you do this! You'll be the first to be about it! No! You can't have her! Stop it!
Crystal!
Let me go!
Crystal!
Not
Leave this place!
Leave her alone!
Is everyone okay? Crystal?
I'm here.
Are we sure it's really her?
Yeah.
When was that?
I don't know. I was trapped on the other side, but you guys saved me. Why?
We couldn't let our taskmaster be taken off the assignment.
Thank you.
Are you alright?
I think so.
Are we sure that the old lady is really gone?
You can always check the window.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
It's all right.
Grayson, I think your mom's here to pick you up.
Why, that's weird. She usually texts. Oh, wait.
They were all destroyed, remember?
Yeah, she's gonna love that.
Well, thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having us.
Charlie, I could give you a ride home if you want.
No, that's all right. I want to finish listening to the Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, cool. Well, I gotta go. It's been really strange.
So, Taskmaster, did we pass?
I'll let Mr. Harper know that we passed with flying colors.
Yes, ma'am. Good answer.
Thank you, Crystal.
So, I'll see you around, Brooke.
Yeah, okay.
My joy.
I think Grayson likes you.
What? No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. I can see it. I see a lot of things.
We definitely found that out tonight.
Well, my ride is here.
How can you tell?
Just a feeling. Good night, and thank you for hosting this get together.
Night.
Oh, Julie, I think your mom just pulled up.
Good, she must have gone off early. Me too. Can't believe it's over.
Do you think it'd be alright if I spend the night?
Considering that neither one of us is pregnant, I'm sure my mom will be fine with it. Did tonight really happen? I think it did. It really did.